All right, shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. It's your brother Samak. And I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well, taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. All you sincere brothers is doing this work. All right. Now, I just want to do a quick words, man, just on, on faith. Because, faith is the substance, and a very fuel, or the battery, the fuel, for, us in this truth. That's our life force in this truth to remain and endure, because this is a, so like, what am I trying to fan on? This is a marathon, and, you can equate it to us, like I said, running in a marathon or running in a race, but it's not a sprint. It's not a short distance. It's a lengthy, long race, a marathon, and in order to complete and finish this run, this race, you must have the right fuel in you to endure and then keep pushing forward. And that substance, or that very energy and life force for us, is faith. Because without that, we're absolutely nothing, And I say that to say this, you have guys who do this work not out of faith, but, out of carnal gain, or, whatever type of gain that a man can feel like he can accomplish from doing this work, just to be a part of something, just to be down. Maybe this is a way to make a name for himself, sky's the limit, But I'm going to just start right here at Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by the elders obtained a good report, right? The elders obtained a good report. The elders going to our ancestors, man. If we look back, Abraham, who was saved by, he was one of the most faithful men, and the Lord blessed him through his seed, man. Look at David, Look at all the great men in the nation of Israel, man. Verse 3, it says, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the words of Yahweh, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Exactly. So like the very things that we see did not create the earth, man. It was things that were unseen. There's nothing on this planet that was a tool in making this world, So that in itself is something to have faith in, to believe that there was a creator and a designer of the ocean, of the lands, the trees, the flowers, the plants, the clouds, the sky, just the living creatures, There's nothing that we can see here, nothing that appears in this realm that has any part in creating the world which we see. And this is just going down these next two verses, I'll just read it. It says, by faith, Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. And that excellent sacrifice, man, that fast forward to us today, those excellent sacrifices is our bodies, man. Offering our bodies as a living sacrifice, pursuing the Romans 12th chapter, and that sacrifice, can be, minor things and major things. The minor things, sacrificing certain people, sacrificing certain foods, sacrificing time, getting a little more major, sacrificing jobs, and then getting to major, sacrificing actually your own life, being willing to actually lay down your own life for this truth's sake, for the gospel and for the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, back in verse 4, it says, the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. He did his faith, and he showed his work. He showed his faith, and his faith was so great by his works. Because at the end of the day, the two are synonymous, works and faith. But you can have works without faith, but you can't have faith without works, if that makes sense. It's not a two-way. It's not a two-way. I don't know how I want to word it, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, it's not a double-sided token or whatever. It doesn't go both ways. You can have works without faith, but you can't have faith without works, because you can do the work for, like I said, for carnal reasons, or for reasonings that are outside of the reasons of faith. But you can't say you have faith and believe without having works show that. You can't say you believe in the Most High and his word and his laws and his judgments, but yet you still committing abominable acts willingly that you have control over. You willingly decide to sleep with other men's wives. You willingly choose to eat abominable foods. You willingly disrespect the Sabbath and celebrate these pagan holidays. You willingly, don't want to see the downfall of America. Those are the things that you can have. You can say you have faith. You can say it, but you have to prove that faith. Okay. Verse 6, it says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. When you come to the Most High, you got to believe. You got to believe that he is, who he says he is, or who he is. You got to believe that he is the creator. He's the omnipotent power of the world. Of all things, the creator, the designer of everything that exists. You have to believe that. And you have to believe that not only just that, but also in the promises and the blessings. Those are things that boost our faith. Those are things that give us. We seek it. Is like it's worth doing this work for. Just keep going down. It's just going into all of the men. Of Israel that were, blessed through faith, brothers. I'm sure you brothers have read this chapter, but it brings me to this chapter. I'm gonna jump over to Matthew 7:22. It says, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And this is Yahushua speaking. And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name have done wonderful works. Right. So you're gonna have many that will say, in the days to come, when they need that covering, when they need that deliverance, and they get left, for the destruction. I was going to say, hey, Lord, we prophesied in your name, and we did this. We cursed out devils. We cussed out Esau. You know what I mean? We got on the 2/3 and yada, yada, yada. But in reality, you weren't doing it in sincerity and truth. The next verse, going to go into it a little bit. It says, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Right? Because in your works and outside of you, prophesying and so-called prophesying and teaching this word out in the highways and hedges and doing your lessons, you were being a demon, man. And that can go into many things. Dealing specifically with the brotherhood, and then just who you are and how you are in the world, man. You could be a worldly ass nigga that you put up a couple videos a week and you go out and teach on Saturdays and you super holy, but then on the off days when you ain't on camera, you being a straight nigga, man. You don't really believe, man. you can't always base someone's faith off of their works per se, man. That's where the spirit of discernment comes in, you know, because you got some brothers who are super fiery, you know, per se, but in reality, man, they ain't coming in a sincere spirit, man. So I'm gonna jump to 2 Corinthians 4, and this is just to tie everything in together, and why we are to have faith in this truth, and what really faith is. 2 Corinthians 4:7, it says, "But we have this treasure in earthly vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us," right? So that treasure that we have is this wisdom and knowledge, man. We have it in our earthly body, man. That faith, that Holy Spirit that we have, that's our treasure. The knowledge of the kingdom to come, the knowledge of the scriptures, the prophecies, the knowledge of the truth, the definition of everything that, how the world was, how our ancestry was, you know what I mean? It says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair, right? We are persecuted, verse 9, persecuted, but not forsaken, cast down, but not destroyed, right? So we go through all these things, but we have faith, and we believe that these are the things that are necessary in our growth and evolution to the new bodies that we are to receive. If you really believe, you're going to accept the persecution and hell and affliction you go through, man, because you know that it's necessary in your evolution, for a lack of better words, because we are going to evolve, man. We are going to go through evolution. We're going to evolve. We're evolving now, man, each and every day, man. The outward man perished, but I think this chapter is going to go into it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is going to go into it, so I don't want to jump too far ahead. It says, verse 10, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahushua, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our body, for which we live, are always delivered unto death for Yahushua's sake, that the life also of Yahushua may be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So then death worketh in us, but life in you. Verse 13 is starting to get where I the point. We having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believe, therefore have I spoken. We also believe, therefore, and therefore speak. Right? We have the same spirit. Us most, specifically talking about our brothers in Great Millstone, we have the same spirit. And a vast majority of us have the same spirit, and we believe. That's why we speak and we do this work, man. And we preach the gospel of Yahushua and the prophecies and the kingdom to come. It says, knowing that knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushua shall raise up us also by Yahushua. Right, because we're going to be Yahweh raised up Yahushua, man. And then he's also going to raise us up through Yahushua, man. It says, and shall present us with you. For all things are your sakes, that the abundant grace might, through the thanksgiving of many, rebound to the glory of the Most High. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Right? Because, these bodies faint, as we get older, they deteriorate and get weaker and weaker. But the inward man, which is our spirit, the thing that is constantly renewing and regenerating, because the people in the world, their spirit metaphorically dies with their body, or deteriorates with their body. Not literally, but their spirit, because of their mindset, their beliefs, their lack of faith, their lack of understanding, their flesh grows old and deteriorates with their body. Whereas us in the know, we have this faith, we have this belief, we have this understanding, and we have the understanding of life and death itself, the understanding of the spirit itself. So our spirit grows, and it stays youthful, it stays lively, no matter what our age, man. But we grow in wisdom, we grow in knowledge and understanding, and we grow what? Over time, you grow in faith, because you go through experiences that test your faith, that prove your faith, okay? It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And that's the point, man. Us who have faith, we look at the things that you can't see with the eye, man. You know, we look at the things that aren't here yet, the things, the spiritual, or the things that are there, but you can't see it, man. You know, like the angels, you know, protecting us. You know, the chariots cloaking themselves, man. The spirit and power, how about Shemi Shai coming down on brothers, man. You know, we believe in the kingdom of heaven. We look at this kingdom, this weak ass kingdom, and we see it on fire, man. We see it. We literally envision and imagine the kingdom of heaven being established after Babylon is destroyed, man. That's what we see. But the people in the world, or the people without faith, don't see that, man. They see the temporal things, the things that they can touch, things they can feel, you know, the things that are going to be destroyed with this fashion of the world, man. All right. So the key point is faith is it, man. You know, hey, that's the main thing that we should be praying for than anything. Faith and endurance, man. You know, because faith and endurance do go hand in hand, because through your faith, you get endurance. The more faith you have, the more you endure. You'll endure and endure and endure and endure and endure because you have such great faith, man. So, hey, listen, pray for the faith of Abraham and all these great men. You know, we strive, you know, as our ancestors and our elders, you know, the men we look up to, you know, you want to strive for that same faith. Hey, Abraham went to sacrifice his own very son, man. No questions asked for the Lord, man. That's the same level of faith that we should strive for. All right. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Till next time, shalom.